Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a really exciting unboxing video to share with you guys. Why? Because this was sent by Brian Winters. That's right, the wizard himself, the Winter Wizard himself, or whatever I call him. If you're not familiar with Winter Blade Co. or Brian Winters, familiarize yourself with him. This video might be your introduction to Mr. Winters. He creates some of the most ridiculous things that the knife world has ever seen. And I mean that, right? There's always people who are skeptical when somebody like me says something like that. Nah, for real. Check him out on Instagram. I'm very excited to check out this, what I assume is a prototype. I've seen, I don't know, 30 ridiculous prototype knives on his Instagram. And when I say ridiculous, I mean very exciting. So sit back, relax. This should be pretty cool. Thanks so much to Brian Winters for sending this in for me to take a look at. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up. I hope that there's a note or something in here that's saying what the name of the prototype is, because I cannot remember. But if that's not the case, then I will make sure. Yeah, there's a note. Okay, good. Here's this, and here is, yes, a little box. Yeah, let me get it, just make sure that the thing is completely empty. Okay, so we have quite a bit of information here. Dearest insert knife reviewer's name here. Thank you for reviewing my knife. I think it's really neato, and I hope you think it's neato too. Only kidding, MC. Yeah, he's a joker. All right, here we go. Ooh, the Mirage is an original prototype, 1 of 10, machined by Bestech, which is, so if you don't know, he does custom knives, right? And then everyone beat down his doors going, make enough for everyone. So he had to do, he had to work with an OEM to make that, that quantity, because otherwise the quantities would not be there and everybody would be angry. But that's just par for the course in the knife world. All right, here we go. Yes, no problem. It's a prototype, so there's going to be a couple of marks and things. That's fine. I'm going to read through this. Obviously, there will be a full comprehensive review or closer look. I mean, it's kind of hard to do that when we were still looking at a prototype, but yeah, cool. Everything is so cool. Oh my gosh. All right, how does this one work? Did I even do it right? Oh man, is it? Yeah, what? It's so cool. I'm sure that this is magnetic. And it's such a weird sensation because it doesn't operate like a regular knife. So I'm not holding it down. I'm gonna hold it angled up. And yeah, the magnet's wanting to push it all the way out. But the idea here is that you pull down and then the magnet will actually deploy the blade, or what I'm assuming is a disc magnet in there. You can also use the little thing right here to deploy it or to reverse flick it. That works really well, but just pulling, it's so funny that just pulling this down, the magnet will actually allow the blade to fling out. Okay, hang on here. I want to read a little bit. I'm going to zoom up here so you guys can kind of, enjoy the details while I read just a little bit. As I probably mentioned, the prototype is yours to keep. Oh, really? This is mine to keep? Okay, well, thank you. I gave away, I didn't want to, but I gave away the last 2 knives that he sent. One was intended for a giveaway, and one I just wanted to thank my patrons. But this one I'm keeping. Sorry, guys. I gotta keep this one. Let's see here. If you try to send it back, I will take it as the ultimate sign of knife rejection, and my whole life will be forever ruined. I will curl up into a fetal position and cry for days on end. I will not send this back to you. Okay. If you hold your Mirage level above the floor or table or active volcano and pull quickly back/down on the lock button, the blade should deploy all the way out. Yes, absolutely it does. If the pivot is not too tight because of a subtle/light magnet-assisted mechanism built into the knife. Yes, very cool. To my knowledge, aside from potential alternate universes, the Mirage is the first ever production knife with magnet-assisted opening. I've literally never I have never experienced a knife that is magnet assisted, right? Which is funny, because we, right? we who exist in the the most upturned nosed corner of the knife world, we have evolved beyond the assisted folder, yes. The traditional assisted. We have grown beyond the need of springs to assist. Yes, a properly tuned detent and a well-seasoned thumb are all we need to deploy our blades. But by God, if you put a magnet in a knife and make it deploy automatically, well, we'll be all over that. Yeah, this is so cool, man. I love this. So he's always doing like the carbon fiber inlays in the pivot here. Look at all of this. So cool. Lines are always completely different from other things that we see in the knife world, right? Nice machine, nice 3D machined pocket clip M390. Excellent blade geometry. His he always does a reasonably thin stock, and in this case we have a fully flat ground blade. This is just crazy cool, and I love it. And now I'm not going to be able to keep it out of my pocket because it is ridiculously fidgety. Is this a little teeny tiny piece of carbon fiber laid into that? The other cool thing, the thing that people always ask, right? I'm not saying that all of you are contrarians, right? Those of you who immediately jump to this. But there are people who just don't want new things to be good. It can't be good because the old thing, right? So a lot of those people that immediately jump to, well, right, they have to assume, that the lock must not be very strong, right? Because everything else is so interesting. No, actually the lock is extremely strong because of the way that it engages, right? The disc lock and that little piece of metal engaged behind the tang, it's actually incredibly solid, which is really cool. The one downside to having a magnet inside of your knife, and this is for an incredibly small amount of people, if you work in an environment where there are lots of metal shavings, you might have an issue, right? And that's like if you are covered from head to toe in metal shavings all the time. But let's remember, that's not everybody. In fact, that's like maybe 1% of people watching. So, yeah, for the most part, I believe this entire area is pretty closed off, right? I mean, there's a little bit of access in here, but a lot of the knife, a lot of this area is fairly closed off. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for anything to get in there to cause an issue in the first place, as far as I understand. So we don't need to be this zoomed in anymore. I'm kind of like jumping back and forth between reading and playing with this thing. Generally speaking, the strength and speed of blade opening on various knife designs of mine can be controlled via magnet size and strength. I have another design, the Verge, that is essentially a magnetic switchblade with much faster blade deployment. Please send me that, Brian. Please, man. But with the Mirage, I purposefully gave it a light assist so that it would remain easy to swing. Blade close. Yeah, yes, absolutely. What else was I forgot for something? Oh, there's a bit of lock stick that should disappear. I actually didn't notice any. As the knife breaks in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. Very cool. And then we have some information here. It's so detailed. There we go. If you want, I'm going to guess that these are measurements. I don't know what the exact measurements are, but I'll let you guys look at that if you want to. Really cool, man. Okay, so this is a prototype. This is really cool that... this is mine now. I'm seriously not gonna stop carrying this thing. Oh, see what's happening there? This is right there is the magnet pulling it in, right? Here's our event horizon, right? Beep. Anything else is pushing the blade back out, right? So this is, it's really cool. So if you hold it down or exactly level, and honestly the magnet is strong enough, it's slightly up and at an angle, it will still deploy. Still higher, almost. Yeah, that's a weird way to hold it, right? But for the most part, you just pull that down and it's going to deploy. And lock strength, as I stated, super solid, man. It's so impressive that he's able to get it. like that. But see, the nice thing is that the magnet isn't strong enough on the way back in to resist it with, I mean, like, it's very easy to, like, whip this in and out, right? So it's just the right amount of strength. If you have too much strength, right, on deployment, then you don't get to do this nearly as easily, or you really have to whip it really hard and risk spiking it into the ground, which you obviously don't want to do. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. Very cool. When will these be? When will these be? Don't know why I'm talking like that. When will these be available? I don't know. But I will report on it as soon as I know. This is obviously a prototype, and if you're familiar with this corner of the knife world, it takes a bit for things to go from prototype phase to production phase. But if it's anything like his factor, my guess is that he will make sure that there are many so that you can get your hands on these if you want to. So yeah, stay tuned. If you're not subscribed and you're interested in this, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you're following Brian Winters on Instagram, right? That's going to be the easiest way to get all of the information that you need. You will get a full comprehensive review of this knife a few weeks down the road after I've had a chance to carry it. This is literally going in my pocket the moment that I turn this video off. I just really can't wait to carry it. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it today. Expect the review 2 to 3 weeks from now. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.